Saved it right at the chapter shift. Oop. I love that transition. Ow, I.
待ち焦がれているんです。寒々とした空を
A wintry sky?
凍えるような風を
Like I've ever seen that word.
舞い落ちては溶けていく白い粉雪を待ち焦がれているんです。それが私の夢。ただ雪が降るだけじゃダメだったりします。雪ならここでも降ることはあるから。その雪は特別にはなりましたけど、特別の中の特別ではないんです。もっと奇跡みたいな特別がいいんです。そう、例えばクリスマスイブに降る白い粉雪。その日に降るだけで雪はとてもロマンチックなものに変わるでしょ。単なる暦の区切りでしかないっていう人もいます。でも私は日付って大切だと思ってるんですよ。ずっと昔から人は一日の営みに意味を持たせてきたんです。一日一日に意味を。そして365日のうちの何日かをさらに特別な意味を持つ日に設定したんです。その日を迎えることを喜べるように、お祝いできるように、大切な思い出にできるように、今年のその日まで頑張ろうって思えるんです。来年のその日まで頑張ろうって思えるんです。私の体は今にもすり減りそうで、いっそのこと消えたいと思っています。でもクリスマスイブまでは頑張ろうって思うんです。私が自分の誕生日よりも大好きな一日。特にホワイトクリスマスイブともなれば、雪がめったに降らない地域では本当に奇跡みたいなことで、私はその奇跡を信じて毎年1週間も前から天気予報を1時間ごとにチェックするようにしています。
Is that why she's so obsessed with the weather? Oh
天
no!
気予報さん、天気予報さん。
Already?
今年の12月24日に雪は降りますか？その日を1年の中でも特別の中の特別にしてもらえませんか？待ち焦がれているんです。寒々とした空を、凍えるような風を、舞い落ちては溶けていく白い粉雪を。
Wow. Oh, starting early with this one. All right. Even with finals finished, the classroom is filled with intense energy. Guys, finals are over. No more high school tests. So why do you all look like you're getting ready for war? I mean, exams are done, yet so many of my classmates are still face first in their textbooks. Also, here's Winter Kaimuma has a lot more groups participating with gun barrel. I'm thinking about weeping from FOMO. Not have a new issue. of my life. Oh, high school. Results are going too bad. What's the last? We'll go with that one. I think it's an aesthetic. Look, I know. I'm not an idiot. I know exactly why they all look so desperate. I've done my best to pretend not to notice, but it's already the end of the year. Next month is the Kagoshima Uni entrance exam. Oh, Kagoshima University? Entrance exam. I assume that's what that is. Almost half of our school students will be doing battle with that beast. Apparently, they're all going to be checking into a hotel a few days earlier and studying together. The tense energy surrounding them is currently enveloping the classroom. Folks who have already gotten accepted, those getting a job, and those going to specialized schools all understand. They know how tough it is for the exam takers, so they stay quiet. As for me, I haven't yet decided what I'm gonna do. I realize that's nothing to be proud of. I mean, I am in the robot club after all. But seeing everyone else work really hard in anticipation for their entrance exams leaves me feeling kind of pressured. Akio lightly strikes the side of her phone droid with an upset expression. A second ago, she came over to tell me that Misane would be on the news soon. I guess she wanted to show me a live stream of the conference or something. Yeah, I want to know what's going on with Misane. She and her company are up to something. I mean, the end of the world. But not good. I want to know how involved she is. Computer, behave yourself. Please, I beg of you. Juna's been coming over to our classroom to hang out during breaks these days. Not with any particular objective in mind. She kind of wanders in, chats, then disappears. Part of it might be because the Juna bodyguard squad is studying for their entrance exams. Juna is going straight into the workforce. I heard she got hired at Space Candy. I worry for her with a boss like that. I remember her telling me that the president was kind of hard to deal with. Funny how things turn out.
そういえば、コナちゃんも PC が何台か壊れたとか言ってぼやいてたな。太陽嵐死ねとも言ってた。
かなり大規模だったもんね。ISS は落ちちゃったし。中国で今、大規模な黄砂が起きてるでしょ。あれもね、太陽嵐のせいかもって言われてるんだよ。
Wait, the ISS fell? Where did it fall? I mean, the ocean, I assume. Otherwise, I feel like they'd mention where it fell. Juna suddenly looks a lot more alive than as she delves into her favorite topic of discussion, urban legends. Look at her face. That is the face of resolve. Confidence. Love to see it. What is Asian dust? I don't know what that is. That's the dandy meteorologist that appears on weather forecasts all the time. He's big with housewives.
対岸の火事じゃなくてね、日本にもその砂どんどん飛んできてるみたい。関東地方だとこの2週間くらい日照時間がすごく減ってるっていうデータもあって、全部太陽嵐のせいってことだね。許せん。
It's this very moment that I realize Akio and Frau are basically the same. It's only a matter of time before she starts assigning an actual personality to the solar disturbance.
あ、もしかして移動が最近メンテばっかりなのもあいつのせい？
Did she just refer to the solar disturbance as he? Already, it's happening. And there you have it. The disturbance is now a he. Yep, there it is. That literally took 14 seconds.
太陽嵐が原因の不具 優勝で修理するしかないって私言われちゃった。または新品買うかどっちか。タダで交換してくれればいいのに。
こんな東京から遠く離れた島でも不具合出る人間がいるわけでしょ。だったら東京なんて何百万人レベルで交換が必要になるよ、きっと。それ全部タダで交換してたらきっとポケコンキャリアはどこも潰れるね。
確かに。でもうち修理代なんて払えないよ。お年玉とお小遣い来年の分まで全部前借りしちゃったんだもん。
その割には毎日のようにスコール買って飲んでない？
お情けで1日150円だけはもらってるんだよ。
いや、もらいすぎでしょ。実質月に4000円以上小遣いあるってことじゃないか。
え？
アキちゃんずるすぎ。
ヤシオくん落ち着いて。1日1本スコールを飲む習慣だけは誰にも止められないのさ。
あ、そう。
Jeez, I always forget that she's the daughter of the chief of the TNSC. She's so spoiled. Akio clearly has no idea what I'm thinking as she dejectedly looks at her phone droid.
しばらく調子悪い状態で使ってくしかないかな。カイは不具合出てる？
俺は先月中に修理したよ。
なんでその時うちも誘ってくれなかったの？
誘ったよ。でもロボ2号機のパーツ作りで忙しいからって断ったじゃん。
そうだっけ。これもきっと太陽嵐のせいだな。
Definitely.
ねえ、それより会見始まっちゃう。カイのポケコンで見せてよ。
ミサ姉が出るって何の会見？
夏ぐらいに少し話題になってたでしょ。ハグの暴走事故。
I do remember that. I recall Misane surrounded by reporters and getting pummeled with hard questions.
それの裁判が今日からなんだって。
Gotcha. This might be worth checking out. I open up the Nico Nico livestream page, just as Akio instructed.
それとは全く無関係。
This guy.
関連付けて話すことは大きな誤解を生じるのでやめていただきたい。弊社のハグはラボラトリーインダストリーとは異なり、クラウド OS は使用していません。
Oh, are they talking about the rampaging robots?
また、いわゆる15年クラッシュの教訓を踏まえ、太陽嵐による電磁波対策は万全です。事実、先月の太陽嵐到達においては、弊社のハグは一台たりとも不具合を起こしていません。そもそもクラウド OS についてはセキュリティの脆弱性をクリアできない限り導入しないというのが弊社の方針です。
では夏に発生したハグの暴走事故は何が原因だとお考えですか？
それについては裁判中ですのでコメントは差し控えさせていただく。
なんだ、お姉ちゃん出てないね。
And just like that, Akio's lost all interest. I guess our president doesn't much care about where her sister works. Or that this high-profile case might have long-lasting implications on society. But then again, I understand why her head is filled with Misane. Last month's disturbance hit Kanto hard. Its infrastructure hasn't fully recovered, and there were fatalities. Amidst all that, Akio still hasn't been able to get in touch with Misane. She's been endlessly worried this whole time. Couldn't she at least call us to let us know that she's okay during emergencies like this? She barely appears on TV anymore. I've been passing the baton off to Akio, but maybe I should try getting in touch with her too. But will she ever pick up? Just text her you found more Kimijima reports. Don't do that, actually. That's a really bad idea. Out comes Kobayashi, our homeroom teacher. She calls for Akio and I. She also doesn't sound particularly pleased.
あなたたち 今日は放課後残りなさい。進路指導するから。
Oh, good.
でも部活が。
部活がじゃありません。あなたたち自分の置かれた状況が分かってるの？
I can't remember. Did we hear the triggers for report number 6 yet?
未だに進路決まってないの。あなたたち2人だけなのよ。
Like, I'm not sure if he's on the path to that
いい
yet.
わね。
And just like that, she's gone. Did she really have to yell across the classroom? That felt a whole lot like a public execution. And of course, the students who have already decided on their career paths are looking over at us and grinning.
今日の小バセン、いつもの倍切れてたね。
Kobe-sen is our homeroom teacher's nickname, short for Kobayashi Sensei.
また教頭先生が暗躍してるのかも。
Akio's got a head for conspiracy theories like I do, albeit at a much smaller scale.
っていうか、
And as of now, a lot less evidence.
二人が
At this
ま
point,
だ進路決めてない方がびっくりしちゃっ
not you too, Juna.
俺もアキちゃんもそれくらいどうしようもないダメ人間ってことさ。
Have mercy.
た。でも負けるもんか。疾風怒涛の元気一発頑張れるジャキーン。
ゼノミア、うるせえぞ。
勉強の邪魔。ごめん。
Akio gets all mopey after being chewed out by our classmates. There's no point in freaking out now. We just gotta accept things as they come. Though I'm sure some people would refer to that as escaping from reality. So, what am I doing instead of prepping for exams or job hunting? I'm gonna guess looking for that report number 6, or trying to do the triggers. I wish I could tell you that I'm gaming non-stop, but that's not the case. My body is currently being tossed around the freezing... Right, surfing. Freezing ocean. Surfing, one of them was surfing. I'm in a wetsuit, but for a weak person like me, the winter ocean is so cold that it's like torture. Yeah, I can't remember the other two. No, really, it's cold as balls. I desperately struggled my way to the surface of the water. I think he needs like 3 seconds. Good luck. I thought I drifted far offshore, but the water is still shallow enough for me to stand up in. What in the world am I doing? There's a surfboard floating near me.
Hi!
Mizuka-san calls my name from the shore. I see her waving me over waving me over, so I walk toward her, all the while getting tossed around by the waves. It's gotta be freezing. After exiting the water, my entire body is overcome by the intense cold, leaving me shivering. I'd rather stay in the water. Yeah, and she's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Mizuka-san is waiting for me with a complicated look on her face. Meanwhile, I look like a shaking newborn deer.
どうだった？俺乗れてた。
どうだった？どうだったって言ったかい？
So that's a no.
答えを聞かせてほしいなら教えてやるよ。話にならない。だ。まさか貝がここまでひどい運動音痴だったとはね。平均以下どころか最底辺レベルだよ。
Wow.
最初からそう言ってたでしょ。
それにしたって3日もやればボードの上に立つぐらいできそうなもんなのにさ。
Because of my attacks, I typically sat out of PE through most of my school life. Because of that, the boys from my class would tease me. But come on, what do you expect from me, given my condition? As for what I'm doing in this winter wonderland, I'm surfing, that's what. Not because I suddenly decided to become a pro surfer. I couldn't care less about the sport. But one of the unlocked triggers for Kimijima report number 6 is as follows. Ride a wave for 3 or more seconds on a geotagged surfboard. Sure would have been nice to have had this trigger during the summer. I honestly figured 3 seconds would be no big deal when I stormed into the surfing club. But they didn't take me seriously because I'm in the robot club. So I had no choice but to ask Mizuka-san, a first-generation surfing club member. Oh, Mizuka-san was reluctant at first, but I managed to drag her out here in exchange for buying 10 passion fruit buns. Oh my god. She even agreed to coach me through the process. Talk about a lifesaver. Or not. Yeah, her coaching seems to be more verbal abuse. I'm on day 3, but Mizuka-san has been a demon since the very start. She even made me want to legit run away multiple times. She's been trash-talking me for over an hour today. Winter days are short. That's why once school ends, I come up here to the beach, change into my wetsuit, warm up, and jump into the ocean. Then, like a beat-up old rag, I get thrown around by the waves, swallow a bunch of seawater, and writhe in pain. If I get tired and head back to shore, Mizuka-san is there waiting for me. After a tiny 2-minute break, she sends me back into the ocean. Get back to practice, she says. I mean, yes, I'm the one who asked her to coach me. I didn't have to pay her or anything. I only promised to buy 10 passion fruit buns from her. That's a fate worse than death. In other words, Mizuka-san is coaching me out of the kindness of her heart, so I can't complain. But even then, I have some questions about the way she treats non-athletes. Specifically, me.
そもそもカイは波を全く見てないんだよ。あれじゃ乗れなくて当然だね。波待ちのポジション乗りが最悪だ。ブレイクする波に自分から突っ込んでってどうすんのさ。
It's a break. Surfer lingo. When a wave that is coming down toward the shore has crested after rising up. So... Okay. Crested. I'm not entirely sure what crested means. Is that like when it comes back down? I don't know.
だってどこがブレイクするかなんてパッと見ただけじゃわからないでしょ。パドリング中は素早く移動なんてできないし。
だからこそ波を見ろって言ってんだよこのスカタン。最初に教えたろ。
そう簡単に教えられた通りできた。もうしないって。
How can she expect me to pull off something so technical after just 3 days?
まあそもそも場所も悪いっちゃ悪いんだけどさ。サーフィン部が集まってる浜なら流れも読みやすいし悪くない波が来るし。
だったらそこに案内してくれても。
いや、やめといた方がいい。サーフィン部の邪魔になって品種買うのは貝だからね。
And then wait, are they surfing now?
ましてや、ルールもよく分かってない人間が一人紛れ込んだんじゃ怪我人が出るかもしれないし。
There are apparently rules for surfing. Also, apparently the surfing club also surfs in the winter. These people are nuts! Mizuka-san gave me a basic rundown, but I've forgotten most of them. That's how many there are. The most important of them being that only one person can ride a wave at a time, and that you can't get in the way of someone's path while they're surfing. Needless to say, I'm entirely incapable of following through on either of those.
だからいい波が来るポイントからは少しずらしたここを選んだのさ。
お気遣いをどうも。
このままだといつまで経っても波に乗れそうにないね。ちょっと教え方を考えないと。ま、少し休んでな。
Says Mizuka-san as she hands me a towel and walks toward where her car is parked. I wrap it over my shoulders and sit in the sand, holding my knees together while I tremble. Ugh, I just want to play KB. I'd much rather be doing that than surfing. Or hell, taking a nap at the hangar. Sure, it's still in the morning, but whatever. I'm really starting to hate this sadistic Ko Kimijima guy. Screw him and his dumb triggers. I hope he's having fun abusing me. Well, no, he's dead. On a whim, I whip out my phone droid from my school bag. I boot up Iruo. Has she been talking this whole time? Irie squatted down, seemingly drawing something in the sand. In reality, there's no picture. Irie can't interact with the real world or even images on Iruo, because she's an AR being with no physical body. Even so, she continues to move her fragile pearl white hand. Who's she
資料を
talking
集
to?
めるためなんですよ。
愛梨ちゃんさ、何してんの？
For the past 2 days, Irie's been pacing around the beach, talking to herself like this while I surfed.
でもそもそも今のところ愛梨が出ていけるポイントはですね、種子島にしかないんです。どうしてかっていうと、なんとそれは君島レポートが愛梨にとってのどうだからです。
Huh. Irie completely ignores my question.
愛梨ちゃん、ちゃんと俺がサーフィンでフラグ回収条件を達成してるかどうか見ててくれないと困るよ。
I mean, if she's not watching, just be like, oh yeah, I totally did it. Yeah, you totally missed the best wave ride that's ever been done. Irie finally lifts her face. She gives me a puzzled look and tilts her head. Then she flashes me a bright smile.
でも君島レポートは種子島にしかないんですよ。ということは愛梨は種子島にし
She's
か行けない
totally
んです。
ignoring him.
やっぱり虫か。
愛梨にとってのドアからしか出ていけないので、種子島もあちこち行ってるわけじゃなくてですね、ドアを中心にした半径 109.3 メートルの場所しか好きに移動できません。それにドアの詳しい場所もわかりません。
I recently noticed that Irie's been acting kind of strange of late. We used to be able to converse just fine, but she talks to herself a lot these days.
ドアというのはつまり君島レポートと呼ばれるマスターが残した AR アノテーションです。君島レポートは今のところ7つあって、それは全部種子島に配置されているんですよ。マスターは愛梨に少しでもたくさんの世界を見ておいでって言ってくれました。本日未明から明日12月13日にかけての鹿児島県種子島屋久島地方のお天気は晴れでしょう。最高気温は14度、最低気温は8度です。
And just like that, her usual weather antics start up out of nowhere.
降水確率は 0% です。西向きの風がちょっぴり吹くでしょう。波の高さはゲジネーはドアがなくてもネットワークがあれば情報収集ができます。
Could she be... I've had a bad feeling about it for a while, but I'm guessing my hunch is on the money. Basically, Irie might be bugged.
ただ
I hope
ゲジネー
not.
はこの姿でネットワーク上に現れることはできません。
I hope she's just a
情報を
weirdo,
持ってくるだけで。
because then she'd fit right in.
はい。
I definitely hope she's not bugged. Mizuka-san returns holding a plastic container.
風向きが変わった。今日はもういい波は来そうにない。帰るよ。ちなみにサーファーの間でよく使う言葉を教えてやるよ。これ覚えておきな。Let's get to it!
She says, and without hesitation, pours out the contents of the plastic bottle over my head. Oh no. No worries, she's not pouring oil on me or anything. Nobody's gonna be lit on fire today. It's just warm water. There are no showers on this beach. In order to clean off the sticky seawater, you gotta bring your own H2O. In this case, warm water because it's cold. That's one of those surfer rules. Huh. That said, I heard the surfing club gets to use the school showers, so yay for them. Because she poured water all over me out of nowhere, even my phone droid is soaked. Thank God it's waterproof. Mizuka-san glances at Irie through my screen, but she says nothing.
ほら、脱ぎな。
Oh yeah, she knew Irie. I was about to be like, just remembered she knew Koki Mijima and Irie. She says,
水香さん、前回もそうだったけどそれセクハラだから。
ガキが生意気なこと言うじゃないか。別に貝のたるんだ全裸姿を見せられたってこっちは何とも思わないよ。
たるんだとか言わないでくんない。
脱がないならベタベタのままお家に帰るんだね。
分かったって。脱げばいいんでしょ。
Why are all the older women in my life so damn scary? I turn my back to Mizuka-san and begin taking off my wetsuit. Needless to say, I'm not actually nude. I'm wearing swim shorts underneath. Oh, and the wetsuit is a hand-me-down from one of Mizuka-san's old surfing buddies. Even though I've washed myself of it, I still can't go home yet. I've got to clean the surfboard too. I gotta wash off all the sand and such stuck to it. And so, while going through the motions, I think to myself, what in the hell am I doing? It's a question I know the answer to, much as I wish I didn't. I have to collect all the Kimijima reports. I have to do this. They're not the delusions of a conspiracy theorist. After last month's solar disturbance, I'm more sure that it's all true. More than sure it's all true. Yeah.
「いいか、よく見とけよ。絶対に目そらすんじゃねえぞ。」
わかってるから、早く早く。
部長、なんで声を潜めてるんですか。って僕まで釣られたじゃないですか。
その方が秘密の実験っぽいから。
ガタガタと細けいこと言ってんじゃねえ。いいから黙って見とけ。
ドクも小声になってますよ。
し、ドク。
He's whispering. I suppressed my nervousness and signaled to Doc. He nods, a stern expression on his face. He then flips on the test power switch connected to the motor. The motor affixed to the stand starts moving. Oh, gee. That crackling can't be a good sign. On occasion, it surges with a faint light blue beam of light. This is the brand new motor that Doc designed and built for Gun Build 2. The first servo motor in human history to use a magnet made out of a monopole. But...
モノポールを使ってる割にはいまいちインパクトが薄いな。
部長、その言い方、スペースアメ車の社長そっくりです。
普通のモーターと何が違うの？もっとこうギュルルルドキャーンみたいなスーパーハイパワーを予想してたんだけど。
その発言、頭悪すぎですね。
Oh. Yep, it's about time to ignore Subaru. Meanwhile, he's sighing out of disappointment, I guess.
こんなハイパワーモーターなんか作ってもすぐギアがバカになるだけだろうよ。実用性ってもんを考えやがれ。
He scolded me.
こいつについては2号機に今すぐ組み込んでも問題ねえレベルで調整してんだよ。まあ調整つってもまだ大まかなもんだがな。
性能について教えてください。
既存のモーターと決定的に違うのはやっぱ出力だ。ロボ1号機に使ったサーボモーターと比べて同じ電力量でもだいたい10倍以上のパワーが出てやがる。
Bang.
10倍？
これでもまだ完全にポテンシャルを引き出してるわけじゃねえ。むしろセーブしてこれだ。まさにモノポール様々ってことだよ。これがありゃ少ない電力で1号機以上の動きだってできるぜ。
Yeah, I hope they fix that crackling issue, because that doesn't seem safe at all. Says Doc as he shuts it off.
はっきり言ってこのモーターとんでもねえ化け物だぜ。性能も値段もな。モノポールが最終的にいくらの価値になるかは知らねえが、何しろ地球上には存在しねえ代物なんだ。そいつをここまで贅沢に使ってんだから1機でうん十万円程度じゃ済まねえだろ。
例えば予想だといくらぐらい
？1億いってもおかしくないんじゃないですか。
億？
I can't even wrap my head around a number that big.
とりあえずスコールは何本買えるかな。
60万本以上。
I like how he actually bothered to do the math on that.
そっか。
I still can't quite fathom that large sum of money. This one motor uses around 100 monopoles. Doc ground them down and compressed them. He apparently utilized the same process used to make permanent magnets. He showed me its insides. The magnet made out of monopoles flickered red, like it was alive. Even now, monopoles continue to fall onto Uchigoka Park. It's recently become my job to pick them all up. I swing by in the mornings and in the afternoons, on the way to and from school. This used to be Kai's job. And so picking up the monopoles every day led me to discover something. It just extra makes me feel like they're reminiscent of dog poop, you know? They're super powerful electrical glowing dog poop. And she has to go pick up. After last month's solar disturbance, the frequency with which monopoles fall has increased dramatically. Now we get around 10 to 20 a day. There's no way this is anything but abnormal. All the monopoles sitting around in the grass resemble mouse poop, and it's kind of gross, to be honest. I'm telling you, man. The neighbors have finally started to take notice of them, but they seem unfazed. People here are pretty chill. Fortunately, nobody from JAXA has heard anything yet. I've also been doing my best to avoid having Dad figure things out.
試作2号機に使うサーボモーターは全部で24機を予定しています。
足りないのは4機分か。今月中にはなんとかなりそうだな。
Fortunately for us, we have a huge stock of monopoles. It takes a little bit of time and money to turn them into magnets, but things are going as planned, mostly. How do they store them? Like, I feel like it'd be dangerous to store them all, like, just like throw them in a pile, you know? To be honest, I'm actually a little worried about whether these motors will really be enough to move Model 2. I find myself wondering if we should maybe raise the number of monopoles we use per motor. I have no clue if using more monopoles would result in more magnetism, so maybe I'm just crazy. Both Subaru and Doc are against the idea.
年内に組み立てを完成させたいなら、今より数を増やすのは避けるべきでしょう。
でも万博は2月だよ。まだもうちょっと余裕はあるじゃん。
できれば来月はまるまる稼働システムのセッティングに費やしたいんですよ。
あ、そっか。わかった。じゃあドク、このモーター量産しちゃって。
しちゃってじゃねえよ。ジジイをこき使うんじゃねえ。俺一人じゃあと半月でこんなでかいモーターを20機以上も作るのは無理だ。
じゃあどうするの？
人海戦術しかねえだろうな。島中の機械屋に協力してもらう。
機械屋さんってつまり蒲田のおっちゃんとか港のおっちゃんとか？
そうだ。
モノポールの存在を多くの人に知られてしまうのはできれば避けたいですが。
だったら2月までに24機なんて無茶な発注は受けられねえな。
どうします、部長？
わかったよ。
I think we all know what she's gonna say.
うちは島にある全部の町工場を回って口止めをお願いしてみる。
That's not what I was expecting.
聞いてもらえなかった。
聞いてもらえるまで粘る。話せばきっとうちらの夢に協力してくれるはず。
でも試作1号機の時はドク以外はどこの工場も手伝ってくれなかった。そう聞きましたか？
そうなんだよ。こっちが頭下げても仕方なく協力するみたいな感じで。
Doc uncharacteristically breaks into a massive smile.
それは当たり前だろうが。
No, he didn't. I see no smile. I've been had.
1000にもならねえガキのおわさびに付き合うバカは俺ぐらいだよ。連中にだって生活があるんだ。ただでさえ不況の上に過疎化で仕事も減ってんだぞ。実際この5年で島の整備工場は半分になっちまった。 だからお前らに付き合ってる暇はねえのさ。餌がありゃ話は別だがな。
餌。
いっそモノポールで釣ってみたらどうです？いずれ公表する予定だったわけですし、モノポールの所有権を島にある全ての町工場にすればいい。
Didn't he just say? He literally just said we need to keep its existence to as little people as possible, and now he's like, let's use it as a carrot on a stick. What? Subaru, what are you doing, man?
将来莫大な利益をもたらすことは分かりきっているわけですから、この島の経済を活性化させるためにも悪くない案だと思います。
I don't
それじゃ
understand.
まるでお金をちらつかせて協力しろって言ってるように聞こえるじゃん。
出世払いみたいなものですよ。それとも何ですか？金なんて払わなくても全ての整備工場はロボ部の夢にタダで付き合うべきだと。大した自信ですがナンセンスですね。そういう考えでいるから教頭と揉めたんだという自覚を持ってください。
スバルってなんだか教頭先生と似てる。
もともと僕は言っていたはずですよ。部長の考えは甘いと。
Actually, he's right. Every time we bumped into each other, he'd say the same thing. He may be helping as a member of the Robot Club now, but just a few months ago, he was our sworn enemy. But I mean, come on. Couldn't he agree with me at least once in a while? I'm a little irritated.
こんにゃろ
I try to ruffle up Subaru's hair, but he swiftly dodges my lunge.
よけるな。
そういうのは八潮先輩にだけやっていてください。
You're ruffling.
僕を身代わりにされるのは迷惑です。
Ugh, that calmness of his totally gets under my skin.
ごちゃごちゃうるせえ。何でもいいから他の機械屋を説得してこいってんだ。でなきゃ年内の2号機の完成はねえ。それだけだ。
はい。
It's time for me to step up to the plate. Just you wait and see, Subaru. Things. Still gonna break? Like as in he took a break? I don't get it. Trace positively. Can we not? Go with this one. That was awful. Certainly feels that way. A lot of meatballs. Oh, that sounds tasty. Nice. In the sky! Yeah, she seems off lately. You broke it. It's the scream of your soul. You're like, are you okay? You alright, bud? You alright there, friend? Surrounded by 4 RGB cameras, Juna continues to timidly perform a kata. The one she's currently doing is called Gekisai Daiichi, a pretty basic kata. Her moves are dynamic and interesting to watch. Plus, one set is about 30 seconds long, making for a brisk pace. Frau and I are squatting, watching from a little ways away. Frau bites into her Pocky, and I take a sip of my fruit sour melon. The winds are gentle today, so even though the sun is about to set, it's not that cold outside.
あれそのままロボに納期で再現しちゃえばいいんじゃないの？
I randomly toss out a proposal. Fresh starts to grin while looking at her phone droid connected to the RGB cameras.
お前は何を言っているんだ。かが頑張れるが空手の型をやるとか。デューテラシュール。
Terra Gray.
じゃあ代案出してよ。
だが断る。
We're still recording Juna's kata. As for why, it's because we still haven't figured out what Model 2's doing at the expo. Call it brainstorming. Akio wants to pull some iconic poses from the anime and have it do those, but that'd be way too short. The performance should be at least 30 seconds long, preferably one whole minute. Which is why I personally thought a kata would be a good fit.
そもそも型って結構動きが複雑だわ。サーボ24機じゃ各関節足らね。これはガチ。
ああ、そう。
Juna stands up straight and bows. She looks like she's done.
続きまして撃砕第2です。よろしくお願いします。
She bows again and begins the next kata. She's still clearly embarrassed. Her movement is rigid and tense. Kind of a bummer considering how beautiful her kata are when nobody is watching. What a waste of talent.
そんなことより聞いてくれ一応。
一って俺のこと？
聞いてください。ヤシオ先輩。
何？
I respond to her as I mindlessly watch Juna perform. Brow scoots extra close to me, touching her shoulder to mine.
300人委員会と旅ストック研究所の件について。
Yeah, she's like, at this point, she's as in on this whole conspiracy thing as Kaito is. Brow started coming to school as of late. She's even become interested in the committee in the institute. She's been aggressively scouring the internet for information on both groups. I mean, I would hope at this point he shared all the reports with her. Like at this point, there's no reason not to.
そっち何か進展あった？
いや、君島レポートナンバー6はまだ最後のフラグが回収できてないから見つけてない。
I assume it's still the surfing one.
それにしても時間かかりすぎじゃね？
フラグを回収するのは大変なんだよ。サーフィン始めたのだってほんの4日前だし。
Before that, I was picking up golf balls at a golf course. That's right, that was the other one. I can't remember the third one. I feel like an idiot for doing all these things.
そうか。ヤシオ先輩はあの荒波に体をもみくちゃにされてるんですね。わかります。ごっくりエロすぎだろ。
Good lord.
波ヤシオ先輩で薄い本一冊書けるレベル。
What in the world is she going on about? She's breathing heavily through her nose and everything. I probably shouldn't pry. While we were talking, Juna had long since finished her kata. She's just standing there, looking lost.
スーパーリンペイ頼むよ。
Juna looks flustered by my sudden request, but soon composes herself and bows. She shouts and begins her kata.
コナちゃんの方はどうなの？
When I shoot the question back to Frau, she scoots even closer to me, as if she was waiting for me to ask.
ミゲール・サンタンブロッチオって知ってる？
I have no idea who that is.
なんという長尺。フィリップ・エレクトロニクスの CEO だろ、長考。
Philip Electronics. Is that fictional? Fiction. The official name is Philip Roman Maurice Electronics, an electronic equipment maker that was established in the late 19th century. The main office is located in Holland. They make a wide variety of electronics from electric razors to medical equipment. World famous brand.
いや、知らないって。
I've seriously never heard of him. Heck, I don't even know if that's a Japanese or foreign company.
経済界の大物だを 前はアメリカのジェネラリックモータースとかフランスのルーノ社とかの CEO をやってたし。
Is that a reference to General Motors? That's funny. American car company was established in the early 20th century. Even though in the late 2000s the business failed, the new CEO, Miguel Santambrogio, rose it back to being one of the top companies. Interesting.
公安経営者つうか立て直しのプロ
Generic
っつうか。
Motors.
その人が何？
タビストック研究所の特別顧問な件。
で？
そのミゲール爺さんには世界中に隠し子がいる。なんという絶倫じじいか。
叫ばないように。ほら、純ちゃんがビビってるじゃん。
さあせん。で、その隠し子の一人がエグスケにいるって言ったら。
Is it the boss man?
隠し子の名前は沢田。
It is! Kyun.
それこそ誰って話なんだけど、エグスケの社長の名前？
Without saying a word, Frau pulls up a video on her phone. I actually don't know if he's the boss. I just assumed he was like the major boss man. I guess technically all I know is that he's Misaki's immediate like superior, but he might not necessarily be like the boss.
これって。
Yeah, that guy. It's a video of the press conference from the other day. Company executive. He is an executive. Frau apparently reserved a time-shifted version of it ahead of time.
沢田俊之、エグゾスケルトン社のハグ
Okay, he is the
運用室室長。
head of testing department. Got it.
ハグテスト運用室。
So he's not the CEO or anything, but he's in charge of the hug testing department. That's where Misane works.
この人がタビストック研究所の人間かもしれないって。
I mean, look at him. He just like screams boss, you know, like in charge.
そこまでは言ってないし、単にタビストックの特別顧問の隠し子って事実があるだけ。直接の証拠なんて何にもない。でも少なくとも遠いつながりはある。ミゲール爺さんを通して沢田級にタビストックの意向が伝わっていたとしても不思議じゃないわな。まあハグテスト運用室長じゃそんなに権限は大きくないと思われ。だから私の考えすぎかもしれんけど。
Yeah, I guess he's not as high up as I thought.
ただ君島レポートにもエグスケのこと書いてあったし、そういう可能性があってもちっとも不思議じゃなくね。なお私の予想だとこのおっさんはツンデレの模様。
Putting aside Frau's pointless prediction, if Frau's info was true, it'd be nuts. I sure as hell couldn't tell Akio about it. I'm feeling extremely uneasy. I just want to scream into the air.
っていうか、よく調べたね、そんなヤバそうな情報。
私のこと見直した。だったら指をペロペロさせろ。鎖骨でも OK。
You know, part of me is like, you know, I respect she knows what she likes. At the same time, just keep it to yourself, baby. Like,
オッキーでも舐めてなよ。
くぬぬ。
clearly salty, Frau munches on her baki as instructed.
コナちゃんさ、今の話、俺以外には絶対しちゃダメだよ。
つうか、先輩はなんでそんな落ち着いてるん？君島レポートの予言当たってるのに。つまりあの内容はガチ。警察かマスコミに教えるべきじゃね？
She's right. I'm convinced that most of the contents of the Kimijima reports are true. If I ignore their warnings, I get the feeling that 5 billion people are going to be massacred. Get goosebumps on my back. I instinctively look around. I have a wonderful view of the old airport just before sunset. There's no one here besides the three of us. I'm just being self-conscious, I guess.
うかつには動けない。コナちゃんだって分かってるはずでしょ。
If we say anything, our lives could be in danger.
俺としては、まずは君島レポートを全部揃えたい。
Yeah.
それを
At,
根拠す
at
れ
the
ば
very
どう
least,
すべきか
that's
はっき
you
りす
got
るは
definitely
ず。
got to start there.
アイリタンは根掘り葉掘り聞いてみるべき。300人委員会の情報を集めてるんだから。とりあえず3サイズから始めようかっていう。
Let's not.
おっさん的な発想だな。本
Let's
当に
not.
俺より年下？
永遠の17歳ですが何か。
Ask Irie, huh? I'd love to, but Irie is a little unstable right now.
ちなみに300人委員会の情報を集めてるのは愛梨ちゃんじゃなくてゲジネーだから。
I asked Gejine about this a few times before, but she couldn't give me any info because she hadn't analyzed it yet. I tried booting up Iruo, and there she is. Irie is standing beside Juna as she performs her kata, but she's not watching her.
愛梨ちゃん。
She doesn't respond. I guess I have no choice but to get up and walk over to her. No, not you. The other,
純ちゃんは気にせず続けて。
the other one. The non-physical one. Juna instantly stiffens up because I got closer. Can't say that's a surprise to me.
愛梨ちゃん。
When I call to her, Irie looks around aimlessly, even though I'm right in front of her. What is she looking for? Whatever. It's not Irie that I wanted to talk to, but Gejine. Guess I'll just force her out here. I press Irie's forehead for a few seconds. Beep! Usually this pulls up an icon on her forehead, and she turns into Gejine immediately. But this time... Irie squirms and giggles. She's trying to get away from my finger.
いや、逃げないでよ。ゲジネーに話があるんだから。
Why isn't she changing over?
ジュンナはアイリよりゲジネが好きなんですか？
For some reason, Irie asks her question to Juna, not me. This conversation is a mess. As expected, Irie is still unstable.
愛梨ちゃん、俺はゲジネーと話したいんだって。
光彦もゲジネが好きなんですね。
光彦？
長深田光彦です。
He's not even here. Michi? Is she mistaking me for him? I like the exclamation mark, like, insulted! Jeez, that stings. And then, just like that... she suddenly responds.
Hi.
What? Usually she does the whole switching over to Gejine thing.
屋内なので今のゲジネはヤシオさんが見えていない状態です。
We're not indoors.
おいおい、ここバリバリ屋外なんだけど。
情報は収集していますが、関東地方は停電によるオンラインユーザーの減少により絶対的な情報量が平常時の
Oh, maybe
20%
the
低下しています。
solar... I don't know why this literally just occurred to me, but maybe the solar disturbance had, like, messed up her system or something? Because she's weird. She's getting weird.
何を言ってる？停電？
なお、収集した情報は未だ分析していないため、現段階ではヤシオさんの要求には返答できません。失礼します。
She's frozen.
これはひどい。
Force reboot. Hold the button down.
幽霊ちゃん、今
Ghost
おかしか
Chan!
ったね。
Ghost Chan! That's amazing. I love that. Juna calls Irie Ghost Chen. As a resident urban legend otaku, she probably likes the name. But none of that matters right now.
もしかして
Ghost
アイ
Chen.
リちゃんも太陽嵐の影響出てるんじゃ。
どう見て
Yeah,
も
that's, I don't know why it took me that long to have that thought, but yeah,
バグ。
that's the timing matches up is the main thing. At the end of the day, Irie is basically an app inside of Eero. There have been a bunch of reports of Eero malfunctioning, so it wouldn't be weird if Irie was affected. That'd actually explain a lot about her recent unstable behavior. So let's just say Irie is bugged. Will she still be able to observe me clearing the last trigger for report number 6? Yeah, this is problematic for sure. Are surfers early birds? I have no clue. I heard that the surfing club has morning practices, but I've never seen them myself. It was a perfectly good Saturday morning until Mizuka-san called me at 7 a.m. I've been tossing myself with the waves for about 3 hours now. It's not noon yet, but I'm already dead.
波が立ちやすい時間ってのがあるのさ。
Says Mizuka-san as she meticulously washes the surfboard. She's been hanging with me this whole time.
潮が満ちてくる時間帯がベストなんだ。サーファーはね、常に満潮時間と干潮時間を頭に叩き込んであるもんさ。
どれだけいい波が来たって乗れなかったら意味ないけどね。
あんたが言うんじゃないよ。
God, she's right. I feel bad for Mizuka-san. But there's definitely a part of me that isn't giving it my all. Each time I'm about to hit my physical limit, I back off and take a break. The reason I'm doing this is to prevent myself from crossing the line. Doing so would trigger an attack. And what would happen if I got one while out in the ocean? Yeah, it'd be just fine during the attack. It's the after that terrifies me. I doubt I'd be able to make it back to the shore given how exhausted I'd be. I wouldn't even be able to walk. Mizuka-san is keeping a close eye on me, but as experienced as she is, she still has her legs to worry about. I can't expect her to also be my lifeguard and jump into the ocean and save me from drowning. And so with those thoughts running through my head, I just can't bring myself to give it 100%. While mentally doing battle with myself, the phone droid in my bag starts to ring. I guess I should answer that first. I was gonna check tweets, then so let's say answer the phone call first. Browse the one on the other line. What's our resident pervy shut-in doing calling on a weekend morning?
Hi, どうかした?
サーファー落ち。
冷やかしなら切るけど。
I glance over at Mizuka-san. After taking a quick look at me, Mizuka-san drops her shoulders and goes back to washing the board.
いるを見た。
いや、今までずっと海に入ってたから。
公式のインフォメーション見るべき。今すぐ。
何かあったわけ？
いいから早くしろ。どうなっても知らんぞ。
だから説明してくれたっていいでしょって言ってんの。
大規模メンテナンス入る。24日。よりによってリア充どもが爆発するクリスマスイブにやるって。奴ら家で世界旅行気分に浸りたいぼっちを殺しに来やがった。絶対に許さない。
Oh boy.
ただ今回はガチ。多分太陽嵐のせいでバグったところ全部直すはず。場合によってはサーバーリセットして全データ消したりするかも。
Oh, that's not good.
それが俺とどんな関係があるわけ？
これがゆとり教育の弊害か。
CN system? What? Easy education, internet slang used to indicate the generation that had a major curriculum change in 2003. This change is also represented by the phrase pi is 3. What? It's not. It's not. Pi is not 3. Is that the point? Okay. That's ridiculous. Easy Ed was a curriculum used over 10 years ago, before our time. How is this related to me?
だったら教えるけど。次のメンテでアイリタン消えるんじゃね？
Yeah, that's not good.
最近アイリタンの調子悪いっしょ。で、アイリタンはイルオの公式アプリじゃねえし。幸せ 4U の中の人がアイリタンの存在を知ってるかも怪しいわな。下手するとアイリタンそのものがバグと認識されて消されちゃうかもしれんわな。
おいおい、マジで？
私の予想。
I think it's safe to say that Happiness for You isn't aware of her existence.
まずいぞ。もし愛梨ちゃんが消えるとなると君島レポートを手に入れられなくなるかも。
Irie is the one judging whether or not I activate the triggers. With her gone, there's nobody else to make the call. And if the call isn't made, the hidden AR annotations won't unlock. Even if they did, I'd have no clue where to start looking. Up until now, Irie's been helpful in guiding me to the right areas. Without her guidance, I'd have to scour the entire island without a single clue. That'd take forever. I sense someone staring at me. When I look up, Mizuka-san is watching me, resting her hands. But as soon as our eyes meet, she goes back to cleaning.
コナちゃんさ、幸せ 4U に問い合わせてみてよ。で、もし知らないようなら、こんなんいますけどって伝えてみて。
オッケー。診断開発者の10年前の亡霊だな。
Maybe don't phrase it like that. Brow hangs up after grinning. Alright, now I can check the tweet. The KB sand. And sounds like you are muffling shit. Playing in the sand. Hey everyone, a lot has happened this year. The end of year Robo 1 will be held as scheduled, but it won't be a tournament. They will be doing demonstrations for the main program. I will not be participating since I have retired, but people who are, please give it your all for me. Mr. Pleiades! It may be time for me to close this account. I'm considering returning to life as a regular man. Can't be Pleiades forever. I will be stopping within the year. There isn't much time left, but everyone, keep it up. No, never stop. Never stop tweeping. Tweeping. You're really in maintenance? Yas. Oh. And now then, what do I do?
Kai, さっさと着替えな。
If I remember correctly, Mizuka-san knows Irie. When I talked about Irie a while back, she insisted that I tell her where she could meet her. And I'm pretty sure she overheard my conversation with Brow. Which makes it especially weird that she's acting so disinterested. I guess I'll just leave her to her own madness. Irie's more important right now. He might have some insight as to what's going on with Irie. Maybe talk to her. I don't know. When I got here 3 hours ago, she was wandering around the beach like she always does. And so, after briefly searching for her, I finally spot the mysterious AR AI. She squatted down on the beach, a blank expression on her face with her back to the ocean.
愛梨ちゃん、ゲジネイに変われる？
I try tapping her on the head. But all she does is squirm, no sign of changing. The fact that she can't switch to Gejine is already a bad enough bug. Irie's no help when it comes to looking for Kimijima reports. The situation is worse than I thought.
もし、あと10日かそこらで君は消えるって言ったらどうする？
消えるんですか？皆既月食ですね。
Irie flashes me an innocent smile. I guess she's not aware of the situation she's in. But why did she bring up the total solar eclipse unprompted?
愛梨が美咲と初めて会ったのは皆既月食の日でした。でも残念ながら愛梨は日食を見られなかったのです。愛梨に見える空はほとんどまだ存在していなかったですし、どれだけ待っても太陽は消えてくれませんでした。そうしたら美咲が撮影した映像を見せてくれたんです。だけどやっぱり空は曇っていて肝心の日食は見えませんでした。
I get it. The last solar eclipse visible from this island was way back in 2009. People made a big deal about it at the time because it was the first time in 46 years that one was visible from Japan. The ideal viewing spots were here in Tanegashima, Amami, and Tokura. Tourists came in hot and fast. I somewhat recall going to see it with Akio and my family. Misane saw it with friends, so she wasn't there. It was cloudy, but I vividly remember daytime turning to night in the middle of the afternoon. Wait, why are we talking about this again?
でもなんと愛梨は愛梨を見たことがあるんですよ。
は？
What? That sure came out of nowhere.
愛梨が目を閉じてじっとしているんです。こんにちはと言ったら愛梨は眠っているってマスターが言ったんです。
Was I right? Is she based on like a real person? Cause she's saying Irie and it's spelled Irie. Normally when she refers to herself, it's like Irie. I'm starting to think Irie was a real person. Was it maybe like Himijima's daughter?
だから愛梨はそれからしばらく愛梨を見つめて愛梨にまた会いましょうって伝えました。なのに消えるんですか？
What's going on here?
悲しいですね。
She doesn't seem remotely sad. Maybe she should have her memory reset so that she can get these bugs taken care of. Just to be safe, I want to try and get my hands on the last 2 Kimijima reports within the next 10 days. Yeah, good luck with that. Granted, I'm not entirely confident that I can master the surfing thing. Yeah, this is getting weirder. With only 2 months before graduation, is there any point to making a senior study? I'm sitting in math class right now, dozing off to Mori-sensei talking about differential calculus or whatever. The exam takers are taking remedial classes in a separate classroom. As for the remaining 60% of students, they're either getting a job or going into specialized education. In other words, their career paths are decided. Nobody's paying attention. They're sneakily gaming on their phone droids or passing around manga. Mori-sensei doesn't care. It's crazy how relaxed the classroom's vibe is now that the exam takers are gone. By the way, the reason Akio and I are here is because Akio declared that we won't graduate until the expo is we won't graduate until the expo is over. Starting in February, the expo runs for about 6 months. Koba-sen didn't see this coming at all and finally caved. So it looks like Akio and I are going to graduate without having chosen our career path. We are some seriously shitty students. Even though nobody's listening, the room is quiet, allowing Mori-sensei's voice to echo like a sutra. The windows are shut, but the winter sunshine is warm. Combined with the surfing in the morning, it makes me sleepy. I can't help myself as I put my head down on my desk and close my eyes. If I don't rest now, I risk having an attack. Caring for my body is priority numero uno right now. I've had to push myself to the limit thanks to the sadistic Kokimijima, but I have to make sure I don't cross that line. My consciousness fades. But just as I'm about to succumb to the comfort of the hard desk and fall asleep,
お父さんとお母さんはどこにいるか知りませんか？
は？
I snap awake. Everyone, including the teacher, is confused.
幽霊が俺のポケコンに。
One of my classmates, Mihama-kun, goes pale as he gazes at his phone droid. Oh no! I quickly boot up Iro and look over toward him, only to see Irie standing on his desk, a long-lost look on her face.
幽霊だ。
愛梨？
This is getting bad.
幽霊が出た
It's
ぞ。
getting bad. The once quiet and peaceful classroom is thrown into chaos. Mori-sensei, too old to do anything, is incapable of calming the situation down. After making eye contact with Akio, the two of us dash out of the room.
アイリー、来い。
I call to her from the hallway, hoping that she actually reacts in time. I don't know if she can see me since we're indoors. Irie comes bouncing out into the hallway, slipping through the wall. She then immediately looks around.
お姉ちゃん、どこですか？
I figured as much. She can't see me because we're
ど
indoors.
うしてお父さんとお母さんは愛梨のところに来てくれないんでしょう？
This is upsetting. Mom and Dad? What's she going on about? Isn't Kokimijima technically her dad?
ヤシオのやつ幽霊を手なずけてるぞ。
Oh my god. Mihama, please.
っていうかその女幽霊何なんだよおい。
Ah, the classroom's still in chaos. This is gonna get even more messy. We need to go, now.
愛理ちゃん、俺の声についてきて。
I decide to head outside so that Irie can see again. This is probably the only spot where I can avoid the other people during class. I sit on the seat of my scooter and take a deep breath.
やってくれたね、愛理ちゃん。
She's looking in different directions. She can hear me properly, right?
これで明日には俺は幽霊を連れ歩く男っていうありがたい称号を与えられてることだろうよ。それにしてもまさかあんな現れ方をするとはね。こうなるともう誰彼構わずじゃない。これまではさ、基本的に俺にしか積極的に話しかけてこなかったでしょ。愛理ちゃんが空気読んでくれてたおかげで特に騒ぎにならなかったけど、さっきみたいに見境なく全方位攻撃を始めるっていうならちょっと考えないとな。いっそ愛理ちゃんの正体を学校の生徒全員に明かしちゃうべきかも。その方が混乱しないだろうし。聞いてる？
Irie stares up at the sky, a vacant expression on her face. I'm gonna take that as a no.
愛理ちゃん？
お父さんはアイリを置いていなくなってしまいました。
I hate
お母
this.
さんはアイリが置いていきました。アイリはお母さんを悲しませたくなかったからです。
I hate this.
どうしてお父さんとお母さんはアイリに会いに来てくれないんでしょう。
わかりやすく説明してくれたら俺にも答えられるかもね。
I wonder why. Seeing Irie like this hurts. It does! This sucks! What is happening? Like I can't stand seeing her act this way. Maybe it's because it looks like she's starting to break down. After school, I head to the usual beach. Akio tried to talk me out of it, but now's not the time to be hanging out at the robot club. The path leading to the beach, it's half covered in sand. If I tried to pass through here with my scooter, it'd probably get jammed up really quickly. So, I park it a little ways away from the beach and walk the rest of the way.
マスターはそれはもうすごい人だったんです。とってもすごかったんです。
I made the mistake of checking in on Irie before getting to the beach. As soon as I called for her, she started rambling. She hasn't stopped.
イルオのプログラマーとして今ではちょっとだけ有名になっていますね。
Kinda? Is that her idea of a compliment?
でも実はマスターはプログラマーという枠には収まらない人でした。とってもマルチな才能があったんです。とにかく何でも作ったんですよ。全部自分でやっちゃいますので、誰かに手伝ってもらうのを嫌がったぐらいです。この島に来たのも誰にも邪魔されずに済むからだって言っていました。マスターの研究施設に入れたのはなんとですね、およそ2年間でアイリとミサキの2人だけだったんですよ。
A lab, eh?
その施設ってこの島のどこにあったの？
内緒です。マスターに口止めされてるんです。家を教えちゃダメだよって。マスターは自分で野菜を作ったりもしていましたよ。お肉は食べませんでした。とにかく仙人みたいな生活をしていたんです。
Maybe that's why he created Irie.
君島公ってロリコンかな？
マスターはアイリにとても優しかったですよ。でもここだけの話ですけど、アイリも お兄ちゃんと同じ意見です。
Wow.
マスターはロリコン
So much for not dishonoring the dead.
言ってました。
Oh. Wow. Just like that, my impression of Kokimijima is flipped on its head. I saw him as a serious and reserved tragic genius who was trying to reveal the truth to the world despite the odds. That was the image in my head anyway. I guess I was totally wrong.
そう、ロリコンなんだ。
I feel a vague sense of camaraderie with the man, as well as overwhelming disappointment. Only human, I guess. Of course, this is all just hearsay. Irie could very well be just be joking. No reason to take her too seriously. Whew, boy. Walking toward the beach, I see Mizuka-san already standing by the usual spot.
お待たせ、水香さん。
Mizuka-san glances not at me, but at Irie, who is floating along next to me. Mizuka-san doesn't own a phone droid, so she shouldn't be able to see her. Can she sense her presence?
方針転換するよ。
はい。
I tilt my head like an idiot in response to her words.
サーフィン経験者の差がってもんがさ、今まで私の中で邪魔してたのかもしれないってね、気づいたのさ。結局、カイに教えるってなった時、私はベストを目指しちゃったんだよ。カイの目的ってもんを見誤ってた。理由は知りたくもないけど、あんたは3秒以上波乗りできさえすればそれでいい。そうだろ？
I reply with a nod.
とにかくその3秒をしのぎさえすりゃいい。これからもずっとサーフィンを続けていくつもりはさらさらないってわけさ。それを真っ先に頭に叩き込んどくべきだったよ。サーフィン部で後輩を指導するのとはわけが違うってね。そういうことならむしろいい波よりも張り合いのない波でテイクオフすりゃ済む話なんだ。わかるだろ？
難易度の低い波で何とかしようってことでしょ？
Mizuka-san nods and squints at the ocean.
そうさね。せいぜい膝ぐらいでいい。
膝ぐらいの高さの波っていうこと？
ああ、今までは肩ぐらいの高さの波にライドすることを考えてた。どんなスパルタ教育してでも完璧なライドをさせてやろうって意気込んでもいたよ。でもそれくらいの高さになるといきなり初心者が挑むにはきついからね。
そういうことは初日に言ってくれないかな、水香さん。
カイがここまでポテンシャルの低い男だとは思わなかったって私も言ったろ。
そこまでひどい言われ方したっけ？
それでも意地になっちまったのさ、私が。
Mizuka-san smiles lonesomely and looks down at her lone legs.
自分がもう乗れないからって私が昔やってた頃のあの気持ちをカイにも感じてほしかったのかもね。でもま、それは気持ちの押し付けだろって気づいたのがつい昨日だった。そういうことさ。回り道も人生って言うし、どうせ暇なんだから別にいいだろ、受験生。
暇ってわけじゃないんだけどね。水香さん、俺がサーフィン教えてって言い出した理由聞かないわけ？
あえて聞いてないんだよ。カイのことが気に食わないんでね。
I have? Yikes. But I guess it's also my fault for not telling her the truth.
何が気に食わないって、最近のカイが秋をほったらかしにして愛梨と一緒にいるってことさ。
水香さんって愛梨ちゃんのこと嫌いなの？
Mizuka-san doesn't answer. But that in and of itself is the answer.
水香さんには一応教えとくよ。愛梨ちゃん、もしかするとあと1週間くらいで記憶のリセットかデータそのものが消えちゃう可能性があるんだよね。愛梨ちゃんとは古い知り合いなんでしょ？この前わざわざミッチーを付き合わせて会いに行ったぐらいだもんね。
だから何さ？
水香さんも仲直りするなら今のうちだよ。
Mizuka-san sneers with an exhausted look on her face.
お友達ごっこかい？若いね。
そういう年寄りじみたこと言ってると本気のマスト。
A bottle full of warm water comes flying at me. She launched the damn thing at me without even using her hug. In the face of her insane power, I immediately regret my words and action. Mizuka-san then lowers her shoulders and heads toward the car.
今日は練習は？
風がない。大した波は来ないから。今日はなし。
あ、そう。
It sucks when weather totally dictates your entire day. Screws up your rhythm. I wonder if I'm gonna be able to get report number 6 and 7 before Irie disappears. I'd rather Irie not disappear. You know?
待ち焦がれているんです。その日がやってくるのを。毎朝そのベッドで目を覚まして、私が最初にやることは今日の天気予報をお伝えします。鹿児島県種子島屋久島地方、今日のお天気は
That was upsetting.
優しい風が入ってくるその部屋。窓を開ければ日の光が反射してキラキラ光る海が見えます。潮の香りのする風に包まれながら、私はささやかな広さのベランダに出て空を見上げるんです。そうしてあまりの空の青さに私は絶望します。この家にはいつだって死の匂いが満ちています。
Oh.
それは誰のせいでもない私が発する匂いです。
Oh.
お医者様からは
Oh no.
絶対に治らないって言われました。私はすぐに死ぬことはないだろうけど、この苦しみと闘病生活は一生続くんです。普通の生活には二度と戻れないんです。それでも最初はこの家にも笑い声が絶えませんでした。お父さんもお母さんも私のことを第一に考えてくれました。そのために家だって改築したくらいです。私はそれが嬉しくて嬉しくて、ずっとここで暮らしたいって心の底から思いました。でもそう思っていたのは私だけでした。そのうちお父さんはこの家にほとんど顔を出さなくなりました。しばらくしてお母さんからお父さんはもう二度と戻ってこないって教えられました。あの人は逃げたんだって、卑怯者だって、そう話すお母さんは悔しそうでした。そんなお母さんも何かあるとすぐに、何もなくてもたまにもう疲れたって言うようになりました。気がつけばお母さんも笑わなくなっていたんです。ある夜、私が寝ていたらお母さんが部屋に入ってきて私の首を絞めました。驚いて逃げようとしたらお母さんは泣いていました。ごめんなさいとばかり言っていました。そうして次の日からお母さんは私の顔を見ようとしなくなったんです。食事の時間以外はふらりとどこかに出かけていくことが増えました。きっとこのままお父さんみたいに戻ってこなくなるんだろうなって、そんな予感はしました。この広い家に私は一人ぼっちです。それでも お母さんにずっといてほしいとは言えません。だって私の病気のせいでお父さんは逃げ出したんだから。なのにお母さんだけを引き止めるなんてできません。お母さんはお父さんよりもずっと私の病気のせいで犠牲になっています。むしろ私の方から消えた方がいいんじゃないかって思ったくらいです。私さえいなくなれば私の病気でお母さんが疲れることももうなくなるんですから。
悲しいね。
誰ですか？私のために泣いてくれるあなたは誰？
モーターの側は
What?
基本的にガンツク1に使ったものを流用するの。
What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to just move on? That's awful. I'm sad now. No one play the jaunty tune? What is this? I need a moment. Oh, that was really depressing. And then at the end, right at the end, more questions than answers. Moving on.
だから一から設計し直す必要はなくて、僕の知り合いの設計屋さんが大阪にいるらしいんだけど、そこに発注して昨日一気に10機分も届いたんだから。でね、蒲田のおっちゃんとかにも協力してもらって、この島の町工場総動員って感じなんだよ。
I'm currently playing Kill Ballad, but I'm also giving Akio's progress report a few empty nods. We've been acting separately recently. Even for club stuff, so I haven't spent much time with her as of late. A few months ago, this would be unheard of. But we have been stopping by Uchigoaka Park after school together pretty regularly. As for why, the monopoles, of course. Got 'em. While listening to Akio talk, my hands continue to play KB. I've been on a winning streak against players around rank 200. I haven't been able to play much recently, but my senses haven't dulled.
ねえ、カイ。万博始まったらどうする？
I gotta check. I thought that said I want to eat him, and I was like, who are you referring to and why do you want to eat them? What it actually says isn't much less weird. That's a weird way to phrase that. Is almost as weird is what I should have said. It's, yeah, what? She wants to eat ham. Okay, that's brute strength. Such a mystery. This is a battlefield, not a game. There's way too many people. There is Defo waiting in line. Defo waiting in line for hours in the blazing sun. That's pretty crazy. No more. Oh yeah, what did she say? Oh my god, why? Why is she breaking? Stop it. Okay, now when donuts arrived in the mail. Yay! This, why? Just picture. Oh, that made me laugh. Stelzer ball. Just, you know, what's happening? Like a donut hole? It's food. Yeah. Oh my god, this sucks. I want her to be better. Stop being all buggy. Akio asks while gazing at the TNSC rocket launch complex far in the distance.
どうって？
だってほら、万博の期間って半年ぐらいあるんだよ。2月から始まって8月末まで。ガンツク2は会に操縦してもらうわけだけど、デモンストレーションを毎日やろうと思ったら、会には毎日会場に足を運んでもらわなくちゃいけないわけで、うちら卒業式にも出られないよ。それに8月までってことはね、次の年に向けての受験勉強だってろくにできないよ。
ああ、そうだね。
順にサブオペやってもらうにしても、あの子就職決まってるから4月以降はいなくなっちゃうでしょ。スバルとクラウボーは学校あるし、そうなると4月以降はうちと会しか参加できる人がいないってことになっちゃう。もちろんね、東京に住んでる OB や OG の人たちにも当たってみるつもりだけど、毎日会場に来られる人なんてきっと誰もいないと思うんだ。
Akio then sighs and covers her eyes.
でね、この際だからお姉ちゃんの家に押しかけて同居しようかなって思ってたんだけど、それどう思う？毎日万博会場まで30分くらいで通えるんだよ。ホテル代だって取られないし、お姉ちゃんと一緒ならお父さんもお母さんも文句言わないだろうし。そうだ、カイも一緒においでよ。カイならお姉ちゃんもダメだなんて絶対言わないだろうし。
Akio is basically talking to herself at this point. Living with the Senemiya sisters, eh? I heard that Misane has a pretty nice place, and since there'd be no cost for us, it's a pretty attractive idea. But more important than that is how painful it is to watch Akio right now.
アキちゃん必死すぎ。
Yeah.
まるでさ、ミサ姉に必死でご機嫌伺いしてるみたいだ。
そんなこと。
そもそもミサ姉にはちゃんとその話通ってるわけ？
メールはしたよ。
電話では話してない？
それはこれから。
Akio avoids making eye contact with me.
相変わらず連絡取れないんだね。
忙しいだろうし、今東京は大変だから。
She's been making the same exact excuse for over 6 years. The two of them haven't spoken in over 6 damn years. And Akio loves the hell out of her big sister, so the problem is on Misane's end. Yeah. Why won't Misane talk to her own sister? I've never really thought too hard about it until now. Has Misane gotten herself involved with something shady? Exoskeleton Company already smells fishy. And according to Frau's intel, her boss is connected to the Tavistock Institute. But I can't bring myself to reveal any of these concerns to Akio. As of right now, they're just my own delusions. I don't want to unnecessarily worry Akio. At the very least, until I can get my hands on some definitive info, I intend on keeping this to myself. Oblivious to my thoughts, Akio suddenly leans over the observatory's fence. She points at the sky. With the twilight winter sky as the backdrop, a small black stain slowly falls onto the ground. We've already found 3 monopoles just from doing a loop around the park. These things just keep falling. I guess the antenna on top of the tower is still functioning. Irie is unusually excited. Akio then grins and whips out her trusty glasses. Here comes another quote from him.
アイリー、うちのことを誰だと思っているのだ？もちろん雪くらい見たことあるよ。っていうか、
屋久島に行けばすぐ見られるしね。この辺りで一番手っ取り早く雪を見る方法はですね、なんと隣の屋久島に行くことなんですよ。うん、だからそう言ったけど。まずいよカイ。もうすぐモノポールが墜落する。急いで回収に行かないと落ちた場所がわからなくなっちゃう。
Akio cuts off her conversation with Irie, picks up the bug net sitting on a nearby bench, and races off.
そんなに走ると発作が出ちゃうよ。
We usually leave the bug net on the second floor of the old local hall building. A monopole fresh out of the sky will zap you if you touch it barehanded, so we use the net. It's a little life hack. As I watch Akio dash away with net in hand,
昭和のわんぱく坊主だね、まるで。
I can't help myself. I'm in no rush to chase after her. Instead, I stay put and raise my phone droid up to my face. Irie is looking up at the sky. She has a welcoming smile on her face.
何がそんなに嬉しいわけ？
お兄ちゃん、雪が。
降ってないって。
Irie's expression goes blank as she turns toward me. And after tilting her head sideways,
明日、鹿児島県種子島、屋久島地方のお天気は曇りでしょう。降水確率は 30%、最高気温15度、最低気温。
why the weather forecast? Is she seeing things? Even though she's an AI? That's crazy. I park the car in the rear parking lot and walk back around to the front. The cool thing about the Hug is that cars don't have to be modified. I can drive like any non-handicapped person. Though I'm usually stuck watching the store, I don't get to drive much. In all honesty, I sometimes forget that my legs are disabled thanks to the Hug. But because this thing has become a part of my body, I can immediately notice subtle discomforts. This is probably because I use it on a daily basis. Even a Hug engineer wouldn't know the difference. There's a slight grinding feeling when I walk, as if a small amount of sand got stuck in the gears. I've been feeling this since the day before yesterday, and once I noticed it, it became impossible to ignore. I've been going to the beach once every 2 days, so I'm betting that's the cause. No sneeze. Oh, that sucks. I probably shouldn't hang around the beach too often. I look up at the sky, pretending to glare at a god I don't even believe in. The sun is hidden by a layer of dark clouds.
Yo.
なんだ、ミッチーじゃないか。
He looks weird with that tie vest combo.
今日は学校
He just
休み
looks
じゃないの
weird.
かい？
That's an odd outfit.
教師ってのは何かと忙しくてな。今日も京都で休日出勤さ。これ豆知識な。あとついでにイレをクリスマスパーティーに誘いに。
I can't help but scoff at his choice of words.
何がクリスマスパーティーだよ。単なる飲みの誘いだろ。
そうとも言うな。
母さん、戻ったよ。
Mom was watching the place while I was gone, so I let her know I'm home. She says she hasn't had lunch yet, so I immediately take over and send her to the back of the store. I want to prevent her from coming into contact with Michi as much as possible. I mean, why wouldn't you? It's Michi. She's been trying to hook me and him up since the dawn of time. What's she thinking? I sit on my usual seat and take a small breather. 2 cans of coffee appear next to the register.
一本はイレに。
ありがとう。気が利くじゃないか。ミッチーの分際で。
After receiving my payment for the drinks, I open the can he bought me. The warm, sweet coffee seeps into my body.
で、クリスマスに飲み？またいつものメンズ会？
ああ、今回は5人くらいじゃねえか。
Ever since Michi and I came back to the island, we periodically get together with our old high school pals. They're never huge gatherings, since only about 10 of us still live here.
あんたも寂しいね。一緒に過ごす女の子とかいないわけ？
その言葉そっくり返すぜ。
言うようになったじゃないか。
I shoot him a fierce glare, and he smiles and breaks eye contact.
怖っ。
Sneezy feeling. I chug the rest of the coffee. This place is empty even during lunch. But hey, that's how it usually is.
で、ヤジオはどうだ？
おお、あんた少しは教師らしくなったんだね。生徒の心配するなんて。
顧問ってのもあるし、教頭から普段の生活態度を見とけって言われてるんだよな。あ、これ内緒な。
I lower my shoulders and send him a sign of acknowledgement. People really tend to spill the beans during casual conversations like this. Probably because I'm just a simple girl running a simple little store.
学校じゃ問題児だよ。ヤシオと瀬宮妹は。この時期に進路が決まってねえのはあの二人だけだ。
ロボ部が忙しいんだろ？わからないのはカイだ。なんだってこんな時にいきなりサーフィンやりたいなんて言ってきたんだか。あんた何か知ってる？
知るわけねえって。むしろ俺が聞きたいぐらいだ。
Useless. And yet he still calls himself their advisor.
イレは理由も聞かずに教えてんのか？
正直なところ。
If at any point in this game we find one human being with any respect for Michi, then that's it. That's the end. Like that's the bad end. Is someone gains respect for Michi. Sticking my nose into someone else's trouble will come back to bite me in the ass. Plus, when I'm with Kai nowadays, I sense that girl's presence. It makes me uncomfortable.
その割には熱心に指導してるみたいじゃねえの。また情熱が戻ってきたが、俺は結構嬉しかったんだぜ。事故以来、お前はサーフィンから離れちまったからよ。また海に通うようになるなんて全く予想してなかった。
別に大したこだわりはないよ。
During college, I got into a motorcycle accident. My legs have been busted ever since. That's all there is to it. I can't surf with these legs, so I naturally distanced myself from the ocean. I mean, yeah, at first I was so depressed that I wanted to die, but with time, I came to accept what happened.
ま、カイのおかげで自分の高校時代を思い出したのは確かだけどね。毎日のように海に通ってたあの頃の自分の若さってのもさ。
But it's not like I find any of that nostalgic. Surfing was fun, but it was just a hobby of mine. For other reasons, I've decided to close the lid on those memories and pretend they never happened. And yet that girl keeps appearing in front of me.
あんたさっき熱心に指導してるって言ったろ？そう見えるならそれはただの買いかぶりだよ。私はただイラついてるのさ。
It's as if she sees right through me. Like she's telling me that I'm trying to run away from being the bad guy by pretending I saw nothing. I was gonna put a lid on all of this and carry it to my grave without ever telling anyone what happened. What? 9 years ago, on the final night of the summer, the night when the H-2A rocket launched. Whenever I see that girl, I can't help but remember. It's not like I was deeply involved in any of the accidents on that day. The most exciting thing about that day on the island was the rocket launch. It was an event us islanders enjoyed once every 6 months, like a ritual. It was held at night every day, oddly. It was held at night that day, oddly. The previous year, there was a launch that occurred at 2 a.m., but not too many saw it because of how late it was. So, an evening launch was a first for a lot of us. I was a high school first year. My friends and I, Michi included, went to go see it at Hase Park. I recall being fascinated by the rocket's beam of light cutting through the night sky, but at the same time, that was when the MF and enemy incident occurred. Of course, I had no idea at the time. I found out about the incident after coming home from watching the rocket launch. I'd heard from my friend Misa that Aki and Kai, who were visiting Kagoshima for a field trip, were on board. I knew Aki and Kai through Misa. Concerned, I tried to contact her, but it went right to her inbox. With no other choice, I headed to Nishinomote Harbor on my own. By the time I arrived, the harbor was filled with people and noise. The ship had already docked, and the passengers who were involved were reuniting with their families in relief. All of the passengers, including the kids, looked emaciated, but they could walk on their own and seemed stable. But no matter how much I looked, I couldn't find Kai or Aki. I didn't see Misa or their families either. After wandering around for a while, the police and medical crew that were standing by suddenly started to panic. I had a bad feeling about all this. After waiting for a bit, I saw Kai and Aki get carried away on stretchers. They were unconscious. They were the only two passengers who didn't wake up that day, and nobody knew why. I was so shocked that I couldn't even call out to them. All I could do was watch from afar. Right as they were being loaded into the ambulance, Misa arrived on her scooter. Misa was usually calm and collected, but she was freaking out. She clung to the pair, calling out their names.
Aki, Kai, ごめんね。
Misa just kept apologizing to them over and over again. For some reason, she chose not to ride with them in the ambulance. She just watched as the ambulance drove off. I approached her, wanting to try and comfort her as best I could. And that's when I realized something dreadful had happened to Misa. I still remember seeing her there to this day. Yeah, she looks beat up. It was as if she just ran through the woods. She was covered in dirt. The hem of her skirt was torn. But above all else, her clothes were covered in dark red oh my god, that is what that is. I thought it was just dirt, but no, there's like blood on the front. Or, sorry, dark red stains. They look like blood. It was then that I made eye contact with her. And Misa, after gazing at me desperately, Misa collapsed on the spot without saying a word. It was the first and last time I ever saw Misa looking so weak. But I promised myself that I'd never do something as insensitive as ask her what happened that night. I put all those questions in a box, sealed it up, and decided to never open it. I just held Misa tightly in my arms. And because I never asked about it, Misa never talked about it. She continued to cry, keeping her voice down. It was a week later when I heard that the body of Ko Kimijima had been found. He had been murdered. Oh, so they found a body. Okay, they found a body. About 9 years have passed since then. My Ko Kimijima is Michi theory isn't looking so hot right now. I've always been afraid of that girl. The AI personality that Ko Kimijima created. An unknown existence that can talk just like any human. She must have been watching. I don't care what happened. I've sealed it all away. It'd be easy to put it together, but I didn't care what the truth was, for better or for worse. I decided to stick by Misa's side, but I'm scared that that girl, Irie, might one day tell someone what she saw. I'd never planned on ever seeing that girl again, and it'd be great if she vanished. That'd be the best outcome. When I think about how she's been hanging around Kai, I can't see her with my naked eyes, but I can feel her roaming around him, judging me. I can't hear her voice directly. But when I hear Kai and her talking from afar, I get so scared that it makes me want to scream. That's why it pisses me off. But according to Kai, I just have to wait until Christmas Eve. On that day, the ghost of my past might finally vanish. And then I'll never have to suffer her penetrating gaze ever again. Oh my god! Whew. I let several waves pass by. I watch my timing. If I take off at the best timing, the wave will carry the board for me. That's what Mizuka-san told me. That said, a newbie like me can't discern a good wave from a bad one. I'm just sitting here waiting because I can't find the right timing. But if I sit here forever, the sun's eventually going to set and I won't be able to ride any waves at all. I started early this morning and it's past noon now. It's already the 22nd of December. There isn't much time left. The day before yesterday, Frau got back to me with the results of her inquiry to Happiness for You.
幸せ for you はアイリタンのこと、私が勝手に仕掛けた違法改造プログラムだと思い込んだらしいよ。
Oh!
削除しないと訴えるぞとか言われてワルス。まあ、創設者が10年も前にこっそり作ったよくわからんアプリなわけで。
Why would they assume that she's the one who contacted them? That makes no sense.
向こうも公式には認められんでしょ、上皇。これで消える可能性はさらに高まったけん。向こうがアイリタンに利用価値を見出してこっそり使っていこうと思うなら話は別だけど、そもそも幸せ for you に300人委員会の息がかかってるっぽい。
Shocker.
だって10年前まで小さなベンチャー企業だったのに、今じゃ世界中のポケコンに医療がプリインスコされてて莫大な利益を生んでるっしょ。近いうちにフィリップエレクトロニクスが買収するかもって話もあるし。はい、出た、ここで出た、フィリップエレクトロニクス。あとはわかるな。だから300人委員会の悪事を告発しようとしてた君島公は幸せ for you にとっては会社を設立した人間であると同時に敵でもあるわけで、そいつが作った AI プログラムなんて目の上の単行部でしかないでしょう、上皇。当然メンテをいいことに消しにかかってくるはず。
Oof. That sucks. I drift atop the waves and reflect upon the meaning of Frau's words. Iruo enters large-scale maintenance on the 24th. It starts the moment the clock hits midnight. There's a high chance that Irie will disappear, yet here I am, still struggling to ride a single wave. I only have a day and a half left. It'll be impossible to activate all the triggers up through report number 7. That's why I have to at least get report number 6 by tomorrow. How could I look Irie in the eyes if I don't? I can't just sit around forever. I need to settle this today. The problem is, no matter how small the wave is, standing and balancing on the board is really hard. I always lose my balance right after standing up, causing me to fall into and swallow lots of seawater. I've lost count of how many times I've wiped out. I'm pretty sure I'm in the hundreds now. Look, I'm giving it my all, okay? But I still haven't been able to ride a wave for 3 seconds or more. Kimitsuma report trigger condition is that I have to ride a wave for 3 seconds or longer. I thought it'd be easy at first, but I was entirely wrong. My lack of motor reflexes is hitting me like a ton of bricks. I'm ranked number 2 in the world at Kill Ballot, and yet I can't even stand on a board for 3 seconds. If only I could surf like I play a fighting game. It'd be so much easier to imagine my own success. Wait a second. Maybe I can? The wave is my enemy, my opponent in battle. Me and the wave, a legit 1 versus 1 match. My chances of winning are something like 1 to 9 right now, maybe closer to 0 to 10. This is my final chance. Let's end this. From a sitting position, I switch to lying face down on the board and start paddling. Round 1, fight. I paddle in the direction the waves are heading. In KB, paddling would be like using advancing and backstep vernier thrusters to gauge the distance to the opponent. I do that to lure them into whiffing an attack after entering my range. If they have an opening, I strike. Alright, here comes a wave. I start paddling even harder with my arms and legs. The board begins to advance as the wave pushes it from behind. Don't worry about their range. What's important is mine. There's no point to any of this if my attack doesn't land after all. My body inclines with the board. It's a jam. The enemy is putting the pressure on me. They're using a strong attack. No, it's more like a medium attack? The opening is small, but the power is low too. Are they using something like a jab or a poke to test the distance between us? Naive. Too naive. Don't underestimate me. I can react to any move within 8 frames, damn it. I immediately go into a counter-like weak attack. I stand up on the board. Up until now, this is where I'd whiff on connecting my combo. I'd lose my balance and fall over every time. But not today. I'm gonna make this combo connect. Each time I start losing balance, I input the precise commands. I don't give the enemy a chance to counter. Connect the whole combo, Kaito. Stage 2, I bend my left knee to keep balance. Water splashes against my face. I advance and slide along the glimmering ocean surface. Stage 3, I spread out both arms to keep balance. I'm speeding up. I can feel the wind against my body, and it smells like seawater. I'm actually moving forward. Stage 4, I lower my waist. I feel like an idiot for clinging to the ocean surface all that time, flapping my arms and legs. The water's resistance vanishes. It's like I've been freed from gravity itself. Stage 5. I go to brace my legs to solidify my balance, but the sole of my foot slips. I'm suddenly thrown into the ocean. I can't tell up from down or left from right, so I relax my body for a moment. I've experienced this many times, so my body knows how to deal with falling into the ocean now. I let my body loosen up and calmly check the direction of the ocean's surface. Struggling now only causes more panic, making things much, much worse. After seeing the sunlight reflecting off the surface, I kick at the water and break through the thin layer above. My face emerges, and I take a fresh breath of air. I glance over at the beach and see Mizuka-san waving her arms widely. She seems to be shouting something, but I can't hear her too well. I think maybe you did it? Either way, time to head back for now. Is that long enough? Mizuka-san flashes me one of her rare, kind smiles. Has hell frozen over? Yeah! I did it?
もしかして俺3秒以上波乗りできてた？
多分5秒ぐらいはいけてたはずだよ。
Nice.
ストップウォッチで測ったわけじゃないから正確じゃないけどね。
いや、ボードの上で倒れないようにって必死ですごく集中できてた。
なんだ、感想はそれだけ？
I think a little. I recall the vista that stretched out before me in the moment.
浮いてるみたいだった。あと風を感じた。気持ちよかったよ。
Mizuka-san nods her head like she's satisfied and pats me on the head.
上出来だ。
She never compliments me for anything. To be honest, just this alone is enough to make me feel pretty happy. Not that I plan on continuing to surf. It's just too much for someone as unathletic as I am. Plus, it's cold. More importantly, the trigger. If that activated the trigger, I could finally start looking for report number 6. The issue is that the judge, little Irie, has been bugging out as of late. I gotta check in with her and make sure. Hey Irie, everything alright? I hurry over to my bag and take out my phone droid. I boot up Iroh and look around. Spot Irie standing nearby, spacing out. Crap, please tell me she was actually watching.
愛理ちゃんさ、今の俺の勇姿見ててくれたわけ？
小学生の頃、愛理はかけっこでいつも2番でした。
What's she talking about?
万年2位と言われていたぐらいです。と言ってもですね、
That's a little depressing.
小学校は愛理と同学年の人は他に1人だけだったんですよ。つまり実は2位と言ってもそんなにすごくないんです。
My elementary school was the same deal. There are more elementary schools than junior or high schools here. That means each school has a small number of students per class. When I was a little dude, Akio was the only other kid in the same grade. Each elementary school probably has about 10 students a pop. Interesting.
なんで愛理ちゃんが小学生の頃はどうとか話してるわけ？ AI でしょ？
明日の天気予報をお伝えします。
Oh no, the trigger! Another bug? This is going nowhere, so I try tapping Irie's forehead to switch her to Gejine.
なでなでしないでください。くすぐったり。
Can you not phrase it like that, please?
なんだか虚しくなるじゃん。
As I figured, she won't switch over. I wonder if I can check with her while she's still Irie.
君島レポートナンバー6のフラグ回収状況を確認したいんだけど。
Irie raises her hands and thinks to herself.
ナンバーはい君島レポートナンバー6のフラグ回収状況です。準備いいですか？
I nod.
1、君島レポートナンバー5を発見している。ゲスネによるとこれはもうとっくに達成済みみたいです。2、JAXA マスダ通信所の展示室にある
That was the other one.
ゲームでハイスコアを更新する。
Yeah, I imagine that didn't take very long.
これも達成済みですね。3、コスモリゾートのゴルフ場内で落とし物のゴルフボールを100個拾い集める。達成済み。4、ジオタグを貼り付けたサーフィンで3秒以上波乗りする。達成しました。
Yes. Hell yeah.
フラグ4も達成済みになってるんだね。
はい、なってますよ。これで全部のフラグを回収したことになります。そんなわけでレポートナンバー6の AR アノテーションは可視化されました。急いで探しましょう。雪が降りますから。
Irie's been going on and on about snow for a while now. Is it because it's winter, or is she just bugging out?
はい。
Mizuka-san calls out to me not with her warm smile from earlier, but with her usual bitter look.
いつまで独り言言ってるつもりだい？撤収するなら体とボードを洗いな。
ああ、はいはい。水香さん、いろいろ協力してくれて助かったよ。おかげで目標は達成できたし、ありがとう。
In response, Mizuka-san turns to me with a harsh expression on her face.
あんまり妙なことに首突っ込むんじゃないよ。取り返しがつかないことになる前に引くことを覚えな。
That's something that you never want to hear.
一人で抱え込むなんてもってのほかだ。でないと戻れなくなるよ。サーフィンでもカレントってのは怖いんだ。あっという間に沖までさらわれる。
水香さん。
What's with her? It's like she's hinting that she knows what I'm up to. Yeah, I told her about the Kimijima reports a while back, but I never gave her specifics. Does she know something I don't? And then there's the way she reacts to Irie. I know she's been Misane's friend ever since forever, but even still, I feel like she knows more than she's letting on.
水香さん。
話は聞かないよ。
She quickly interrupts me.
さっさと後片付けだ。水を取ってくるからボードを回収しな。
Mizuka-san barks her order at me and turns away. Wasn't she the one who just told me not to shoulder things alone? Now she's refusing to talk to me. Or at least that's what it feels like. After I finish surfing, I drop by the old airport where Frau and Juna are shooting mocap footage.
そこ肘曲げすぎ。そんな角度にはロボは曲がらん剣についてる。
But first I check this. I imagine Irie's gonna say something depressing. That's cute. I made that. No! Ow. Kashi? Kashi? Kakis? Kamikaze? Kashi? Oh boy.
ごめん。でもこのポーズだけはきちんと再現しないと。 頑張れるっぽく見えないと思う。
The two of them are watching the gun barrel anime on a phone droid while talking things over. They appear to be thinking about how to reproduce gun barrel's signature pose. Model 2's number of joints prevent it from matching the show 1-to-1, so they're trying to simplify it. Oh, and by the way, Akio decided on 2 performances for Model 2. The first one is gun barrel's signature pose as seen in the anime. The second is Juna's thing, a karate kata. They still haven't decided on the exact details of that one. As soon as assembly is finished, these performances will be programmed into the robot.
キルバラで使ったガンバレルのポリゴンモデルをちょっと改造したった。スカスカガンバレルの関節数とか可動域とかのデータ打ち込んでどんな動きができるか忠実に再現したっつうか。
Slender gun barrel? I'm guessing she means Model 2. I suppose without its armor, it looks kinda slender.
それを RGB カメラと連動させて可動域よりよりぽな動きをしたらアラームで知らせてくれる。
Okay.
私が2号機さんにはいない動きをするとブーってなるんです。
それでスカスカガンバレルでも再現できるレベルにまで動きをシンプルに落とし込むんだ。
Slender gun barrel sounds like a horror villain. That's pretty handy.
ところでヤシオ先輩、さっきから気になってたわけだが、髪がしっとりと濡れてるではありませんか。
She said something weird.
ああ、サーフィンしてきた後だから。
なんというエロス。濡れた髪とかたまらんすぐる。実にけしからん。空手先輩もそう思わん。
Don't you drag her into this.
私はよくわかんないから頭冷やすために走ってくる。
Juna's face goes bright red as she suddenly dashes off toward the runway.
純ちゃんってほんと走り込むのが好きだよね。
Running away from you people. I watched Juna's back get smaller and force out a smile.
煩悩にまみれていく空手先輩。はあ。だが走り込んでも頭は冷やせないと思われ。
コナちゃんさ、純ちゃんは仮にも先輩なんだからあんまりからかわないように。あと、俺をエロ目線で見るのもやめるように。
だが断る。先輩がその気になってくれるまで私は妄想を続けるをキリ。まあ妄想の対象である本人にそのことを言うなんて不敵にはタブーなんですけどね。ルールの押し付けとかかっこ悪い。だから私は全力で行く。
She's the type who won't stop going if you try and complain at her. So I decide not to pursue the topic any further, opting to ask her what I originally intended to.
コナちゃんに聞きたいことがある。君島レポートナンバー6の場所はどこにあるか、なんとなくわからないかな。
I pull up the map app on my phone droid. Number 6's triggers were at the Nagahama Coast, Cosmo Resort, and the Masuda Tracking and Communication Center. I activated the trigger at Nagahama Coast, but no location was specified, so I doubt it mattered where I did it. Which means...
コスモリゾートとマスダ通信所はどっちもマスダにある。
The Masuda district is a small community. It's where Juna's house and the karate dojo are located. It's on the Pacific side of central Tanegashima.
だからこの辺のどこかにあるんじゃないかなと思うんだけど。
これまでの5つのレポートの傾向と対策プリーズ。
Trends and steps, huh? I always left that to Gejine, so I never thought it through for myself. I start naming off the places where I found reports so far. Brow thinks to herself for a bit, then promptly gives up.
そもそも島生まれじゃない私に聞くとか おかしくね。こういうのは地元民の方がよっぽど詳しいだろう、上皇。
そりゃそうなんだけどさ。
何の話？
Hey, she's back. Juno returns from her run, a layer of sweat on her forehead. I guess I'll run it by her too. Does she even know about the reports? Juno stares at the map for a while, then timidly opens her mouth.
これまでにレポートを見つけた場所って
I guess she knows about the
有
reports.
名な場所って感じ。
I can't
有名な場所？
can't remember if he told her about them. No, right. She knows like a very little amount because of the whole urban legend thing. Right.
つまりその観光マップにもちゃんと名前が載るようなそういう場所かなって。
She knows like the bare minimum.
あ、ごめん。やっぱり今の忘れて。全然見当違いのこと言ってるよね。
いや、悪くないと思う。
その発想はなかったわ。
確かにサトウキビ畑のど真ん中とか誰かの家の庭とかに隠されていたことは一度もなかった。
だったら話は簡単じゃね。増田付近で観光マップに書いてありそうな場所でファイナルアンサー。
Final answer. Let's confirm with what you said is the last answer. Originated from a popular trivia show where a player could win $1 million.
増田の近くだと増田通信所とコスモリゾート。
でもそこはフラグ回収で立ち寄った場所だしな。
あ、そっか。
But I suppose I could check them again today. We managed to narrow down the candidates to 7 spots total. Good. If I don't find it in any of those spots, I'll have to expand the search area. Time is not on my side.
ありがとう。おかげで助かったよ。
アイリタン、明日で本当に消えるの？
I hope not. Frau says sadly.
こんなの絶対おかしいよ。
いや、そう予想したのはコナちゃんでしょうが。
That doesn't mean she made it happen.
そうでした。サーセン。でもアイリタンともう話
Still sucks.
寂しすぎだろう、上皇。というかむしろアイリタンをめでつつもゲジネートの腐った会話をガンガンしたいわけだが。
腐った会話がどんなものか興味はないけど、ゲージネーはバグのせいで最近出てきてないよ。
あ、そういえばアキホちゃんがクリスマスパーティーをやろうって言ってたよ。アイリちゃんも一緒にって。
クリスマスパーティーだと。
Yeah, she better not disappear. We need her for the Christmas
なん
party.
というリア充イベント爆発しろ。
そのパーティーいつやるって？
さあ。でもクリスマスパーティーは24日か25日にやるのが普通じゃないかな。みんなでプレゼントを用意し合おうって。
ヤシオ先輩、今すぐアイリタンに聞くべき。アイリタンはクリスマスプレゼントに何が欲しいか。
それを聞く意味ってあるわけ？
She's supposed to disappear the moment it becomes the 24th after all. But maybe that's all the more reason to ask. Either way, it wouldn't be right to say no, so I obediently call out to Irie.
クリスマスプレゼントですか？
薄い本なら私たくさん持ってるから、
Oh my god.
いくらでも譲ってあげられる。
Don't. Do not.
何でも言ってもらって OK。
Do not pollute the child. Oh.
コナちゃんやめなって。
アイリは雪が欲しいです。クリスマスイブに雪が降ってほしいなって思うんですよ。
なんだと？
また雪か。
天候は 私たちじゃどうにも。
愛梨ちゃんさ、なんでそんなに雪にこだわってるわけ？しかもそれを言い出したのはつい最近だよね。
違います。ずっと待ち焦がれているんです。不治の病だって言われた日からずっと毎年のようにイブがホワイトクリスマスになりますようにって待ち焦がれているんです。
愛梨ちゃん？
This is weird. I know I'm wrong about this, but Irie felt really human just now. That smile was too human. Making a lonesome smile requires a complex mix of emotions. There's no way an AI program could express that. And what does she mean by incurable illness and every year? Did her creator really give her such a meaningless background story? No. The next day. Alright, what depressing thing is she gonna say on this time? Oh. Always looking out. Summer day. The high will be 4 degrees Celsius. Alright, that's mildly helpful. Thank you. Your attendance for day 1 is about 3. So your place was expanded and became chaotic. About 30% travel from overseas. TBH, people from countries that have intense eyes. Like 10 times the population of Tanegashima. Chills imagining it in a bad way. But you lived through that. Impossible. 5-1. Today's a holiday, so we got the day off. I set out bright and early in the morning. Yesterday was a busy one. I checked the Cosmo Resort and Masuda Tracking Communications Center for the AR annotation, but no luck. I have until midnight. Because it's possible that Irie disappears when the date changes, that's my deadline. If I don't somehow find report number 6 before then, I'm screwed. In worst case scenario, I'll have to give up on number 7 entirely.
今日の天気予報は晴れでしょう。降水確率は 0% です。寒いのであったかくして出かけましょう。
Irie faces the wrong direction even though she's seemingly talking to me. Yesterday, no, not just yesterday. Lately, I've stopped trying to think about Irie's words and actions. If Irie somehow survives past tomorrow, I'll handle it. But it's probably just a bug. Or at least, that's what I keep telling myself. Even if I stick my neck into all this, I won't be able to get answers within the day. The Kimijima report takes priority right now. I've narrowed the search down to 5 locations. I should do the rounds. Oh boy, it's time. It's time. It's this time. It's this time. The time that I suck at. Alright, well. Don't think it's gonna be there. Don't think it's gonna be there. Like, these are places where the other ones were, right? A coast. Like that. This one makes the most sense. I don't know. They all... Who knows? Alright. Everyone here. This is Otatsu Matatsu Rocks. Here? Oh, look. I will fail. There's a zoom function. I recently learned that there is a zoom function. It's... I don't know. That might help. Oh. Do not climb. Oh my god, I see it. I see it! Yo! I found it! I can't believe... I mean, this place made the most sense to me, and... Yeah. All right. I found it. I'm not gonna collect it yet though. I'm hungry and tired. Well, I guess I'll check the tweets first. But I'm hungry and I'm tired. I'll do it tomorrow. Did I already check these? No, because the little boxes showed up. I was on the winner's side because I had a group ticket help from helping Mama's group. Mama's group was all by the wall once. I was the sales girl. All I did was help prepare them, then lined up in the major companies with Mama. The spirit of Vortex. Calm down. All 5 of us. That would be her, Kaito, Frau, Subaru, and Juna. But if she specifically said I included Irie, I'm surprised she didn't say 6. You know. Survive. Could you not? Good idea, breaks are needed. So every Christmas we celebrate with cream-covered Okinawan donuts. Probably from the Okinawan blood in us. Aww. It was like a lot of I mean, with that family, like, they need them to live. I'm sure just me. All of these are awful. These are all awful. Like, that's rude. That's weirdly entitled. That's incredibly rude. I'm gonna go with the one that one's rude too. They're all rude. That one seems the least rude to me. You traitor. Would you betray me? Oh boy, I need to read this. If this is the case, I'm gonna make Imusho Senpai put on 4 eyes and wear a Santa outfit. When he takes the outfit off, he is naked with a ribbon wrapped around his neck. Then he'll say, we are the Christmas present. I want to fantasize that, so I need him to be summoned. Now I can't get that out of my head. Thank you. There's just something so funny about we are the Christmas present. That's the best. Glad you're excited. Eve rather than the actual Eve. A little on the nose. Glad you're excited. I am. Alright. So I know where it is now. And I will collect it immediately. Next time. Next time on Bad at Streaming Z. Alright. Bye.